100.3 Philly's RNB, AshMac here, and we have a very special guest in the building. I mean, we fell in love with this artist back in 2007 as the youngest artist and winner in history from American Idol from the 6th season beyond. I mean, we can go on and on. I want to say Grammy nominated, multi-hyphenated, actress, BET Award, NAACP Image Award, American Music Award, People's Choice Award. The awards just continue to go on and on and on. Not to mention how many millions of albums and singles sold. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Jordin Sparks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's always so crazy when I hear intros and the list. I'm just like, I can't believe I've lived 1,000 lives. You know?
Literally, when I was going through and researching more, I was like, wow, like how do you feel to know you lived so many lives and now you're in a new book of a new chapter?
I know. It's really amazing. I knew from a very young age that I was going to be a singer. I knew that's what I was going to do. It's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I obviously didn't know how it was going to happen, but I was like, that's what I'm going to do. It was plan A or plan A. And so to be here still all these years later and people are still like, what are you doing? And can't wait to hear your music. And what are you working on? And how are you? And people still care. And I'm just really, I'm just grateful to be here.
Yeah, shout out to caring. And shout out to longevity.
Yes.
How or what has been the key for your longevity all of this time?
I mean, I guess for everybody has a different view of what that would be.
Sure.
And success is in the eye of the beholder, just like beauty is. And so for me, I just mind my business. I mind my business. I drink my water. And I think the key for me too is I'm very much a person who I don't do things that don't sit right with me. If it's inauthentic, even a little bit, I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. So I'm very much a person that's like, no, I'm not going to do that, or I'll do this. And I also want things to be right.
Sure.
Which is why it's been so long since I've had another album. I wanted to make sure that it was right, that it made sense, and that I was in the right space to do it too. I didn't want to force an album. Even if I had material, I didn't want to force an album if I wasn't ready.
That makes sense. No, I love that.
So I think that's also helped, and that's always been a goal of mine too. Longevity has always been the key. I want to sing forever, whether it's for stadiums or 3 people, on the street corner somewhere. I'm going to be singing somewhere. But I'm really grateful that I've been able to connect with so many people over the years, and I think that's really important as well.
I love that. Well, congratulations to all your success.
Thank you.
And thank you for making time to pull up today.
Yes, of course.
Because you have a performance at the Foundry, at the Fillmore tonight.
Get your tickets.
Get your tickets right now. We're pulling up, and you have a new single.
Yes.
Remember.
Yes.
Now, okay, tell us about this because it has an iconic sample, which sounds amazing with Michael Jackson's Remember the Time. And what was the story behind you choosing this and creating this and saying, you know what, this is what I want to go with?
Yeah, so we were in the middle of recording for the project, and this amazing producer, 300 Cam, sent over a pack of beats. And we were like, okay, we're all going to just listen to these and see which ones we, gravitate towards. And as soon as this particular instrumental started, I was like, what is that? What is that? Because Remember the Time is one of my favorite Michael songs. And so I heard Michael's voice. It was actually his sample. And so we were all very much excited about it, but at the same time a little nervous. Like, how do we approach this? How do we honor him while also making it fresh and new?
Sure.
And so I feel like it was one of the shorter sessions we did because we were so locked in. We were just so excited to be writing to something, and it's easy to get inspired by Michael, you know?
Of course.
So we were sitting and writing, we got it finished, and the way Michael did his it was very much like in your face, like, do you remember all these things? It was so great and it was so fun. And mine's a little bit more like reminiscing, like, don't you remember?
Yeah,
like,
Michael was yelling at us, by the way.
Exactly.
He was yelling at us with how many sound effects, talking about, come on, bro, like, come on, you're doing too much.
Exactly. So mine's a little bit more laid back. And at first it was a little bit more chill, almost like it was more vibey, I guess. And so we sat with it for a while, for a couple months. And then another producer who I worked with on the album, his name is Dem Joints, and he is so amazing. And he just always figures out a way to do things a little bit left, like a little bit different than what you would expect.
Yeah.
And so we said, hey, how can we change this around to where it's not the actual sample, but you can know immediately that that's the song that we're leaning towards.
Sure.
And so we said, hey, here, let's just take a shot at it.
Yeah.
And then he sent back what you hear, what
I
you
enjoy
are
it.
playing, and
Yeah.
we were like, that's it right there.
Because it sounds like you owned it and made it your own version of it. It doesn't
Yeah.
sound exactly like Michael's, but it does sound reminiscent
Yes.
of Michael's too,
Yes.
which I truly enjoy. So
Yeah,
let's
thank
get into
you.
You're welcome. Let's get into this. We're gonna call this Remember the Time with Jordin Sparks, okay? Okay, let's remember the time. Now, do you remember your first performance?
Ooh, my very first one.
Yes, very first performance.
My very first performance that I can ever remember was I was 4 and I was singing in the school choir. And
Of course.
they gave me a solo. Yeah, they gave me a little solo. I remember that. And then I think after that was similar. It was still choir at school. I had another solo. My first performance that I made money on was the Arizona State Fair.
Okay, come on, State
Karaoke
Fair.
competition.
I love that.
Yes, and we went in and I sang, and then they had like the final round, which was me and then these other adults. I was 12 years old, and then everybody else was like 18 or up. And I couldn't find a song that I liked in the book, like the binder at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's an app, but the binder at the time, I couldn't find a song, and I was like, can I do a song a cappella? Since I mean, technically, I'd still be singing a song that it's a cover. And they're like, sure. And so I sang Hound Dog from Smokey Joe's Cafe, and I won. I won $1,000.
That's a lot of money.
Yes,
Still
for a
to this
12-year-old.
day.
I got
For a
one of those-
12-year-old?
I got
Come
one
on.
of those big checks, and I walked around the state fair with it like, yep, that's me. It was amazing. But I always consider that like the start of my professional performances.
I love
'cause
that.
I made money that day.
I'm sure your parents still have that picture somewhere with that big check. If they
Yes.
don't have
Oh,
the
I
check,
still have the check.
Yeah.
I still have
Exactly.
the check. It's in the storage unit, but I still have
You
it.
have to have it. Okay. Now, do you remember the time of the first time you did your own hair?
The first time I did my own hair, Lord.
I feel like that's a rite of passage for all of us when you're trying
Yes.
out like how to do your hair. When you're like, no, mom, I don't need your help. I'm gonna do it my own.
I think I've always been a really kind of like self-sufficient, independent person, but I think I was about 8. I was about 8 years old when I was like, okay, I got it. I just put a ponytail or a little headband and then call it a day. But that was the first time that I did it. The first time that I did my hair and felt proud of it, like performance-wise, when I was like, oh, I know how to put the pieces in and I know how to do the curls and all that stuff, I think was, it could have been like my mid-20s,
Okay.
I would say. Before that, I had somebody who would help me, or I'd use like a wig or a piece or a sew-in or something like that just to make it easy because I didn't have the budget to have people with me.
Of course.
But yeah, so it was about my mid-20s, but I really, really learned to appreciate my curls now that I'm older because I got all options. I got options.
You got options, okay? Options are a good thing.
Yes.
Last one. Do you remember the time or remember your first car?
My first car was a Ford F-150 truck. Black
Okay.
truck. Loved it. I loved it so much. And I felt so grown being able to drive, but being in a truck like sat up. And in Arizona, trucks are the thing.
Facts.
So like it was lifted a little bit. And I was like driving to school like, yeah.
You see me?
Yeah.
You see me? Okay. What was the first time your classmates recognized you as this singer and this powerhouse?
Ooh, okay.
Was
like
it in the
after
Ford when you pulled
Idol-
up to school like that?
No. Well, I was always singing. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't shy. I'm not a shy person in that way. Like I'll get shy if I'm in a crowd with new people. But
Yeah.
when I'm with my friends and stuff, I was never shy. And I was always singing. I would get in trouble in class too because I wouldn't realize I was doing it. We'd be reading. It'd be quiet time or something. I got sent outside actually one time for that. But I would sing on the bus to our softball games, and everybody would be like, okay, sing this one, because I love to mimic too.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, do Britney Spears Toxic. And so I'd just be doing all these different songs and we'd be playing around. So I would do that all the time. I was in drama club and stuff at school.
Same.
So I got the opportunity to be creative and have that kind of outlet. But I feel like things shifted after Idol happened because it wasn't just, oh, it's just our friend singing. It's, oh, she's known now and she did this big thing. And I went to prom with my brother, my younger brother. And that was the only time we were going to have that time together because of the age gap. And so we went to prom and it was May 2008 and No Air was just climbing the charts. And we're dancing. I'm with some of my friends and we're dancing in the middle. and they play No Air. And I don't think the DJ realized that I was there. I just don't.
Or maybe they did.
They could have, but I
it
think
was so big of a
I
song.
think they would have played it anyway.
Yes,
you know, to
of
be
course.
honest. But people left the dance floor, which was very. I just was not expecting that. Like it was just like, oh, that's how. Okay.
Wait, they left the dance floor to clear it for you, or they just exited the dance floor?
They like, it was like a little Shady Boots.
Ooh,
you know,
this was on purpose?
Yeah, but I mean, I honestly couldn't tell you who the people were because my friends were so cool. They put their arms around me. It was my brother and then some of my friends that I was close with, and they put their arms around me. We like danced to it in a circle. And
I love
that.
that.
It was just this really cool moment, and also this like, my whole life is after I leave this room, like this, that's it. Like,
yeah.
This is the last of the the normalcy.
Sure.
So it was a really crazy moment, but I mean, shout out to the DJ. Thank you for playing my song at my prom. That
Facts.
was cool. Yeah.
But then it also highlights the transition. Like this door is completely closed.
Exactly.
Like you guys don't have to support me at all because honestly, I probably will never see you for the rest of my life at this point.
I mean, I
seriously,
have not.
like,
I haven't. So.
You haven't.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're upset more like that. We should have embraced her or celebrated her at this point, you know?
But I mean, it's okay. Like people when I think things manifest in different ways for people.
Sure.
If they like don't know how to respond or they feel a type of way, like, you know, it's neither here nor there. I carry no hard feelings or nothing, but it was just a crazy moment. Like, whoa, there was a lot of things happening at that moment. So it was just really, really nuts. But to have your own song played at prom is pretty epic.
That's iconic.
Yeah,
I'm sure
epic.
there's still a plaque or a picture in your high school.
Somewhere. Oh, they played my, that was another moment. They played my anthem that I did at the Super Bowl. They played it at the games.
At school?
Before this, yeah. Not when I was there, but afterwards.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is crazy. This is nuts.
You need a percentage. You need a check. Like, what are you guys doing?
You know,
we need a check.
I'll have to call them. Hey.
Yeah, you're still playing
Eagles.
this?
See, they were I was the Eagles and Philly's the Eagles aligned. We're supposed to be talking about this right now, okay?
Get that money, sis. Okay. Now, when it comes to, of course, you're single. Remember, you have new project on the way. When can we expect that?
So that album is dropping Friday the 13th.
Okay.
We're gonna have this Good Energy Friday, September
Yes.
13th. You can pre-order it now, actually, and pre-save. It's in link in all my bios on every social. But I'm really, really, really looking forward to people actually having it. Mm-hmm. It's been a labor of love. We've worked on it for, I guess, lockdown happened, and that's really when I started being able to create because I wanted to, because we had the time.
Yeah.
And so it was really amazing. I didn't realize I had so many things that I needed to say. I didn't realize I had so much stuff that I wanted to write about and experience. And the songwriters and people that I worked with, it's been amazing to work with them, to be able to just know that I'm safe with them in that space.
Sure.
Because writing and being creative in that way, not all the time, but it's a very vulnerable place to be in. Especially for me, I'm somebody who's like, I want to write about things that I actually go through and relate to.
Sure.
And sometimes I don't even realize until after the fact, like a month later, I listen to the song and I'm like, oh, I see why I wrote that.
Yeah.
But during, I wasn't really applying it to myself.
Right.
But yeah, the album Friday the 13th, we're going to take all that good energy and put it out there. And I can't wait for people to hear it.
What do you want your fans and listeners to know about you now?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think because I've grown up in the public eye, people have seen me grow, but then they also have an idea of where I should go,
Sure,
or what I should be, or what I should do, or what I should sound like. And right now, I feel like I'm at this stage in my life where I obviously want people to care, and I love my fans, but I'm also like,
human.
Yeah, you can say whatever. You say whatever you want to say. I'm going to go do this.
Right.
I'm going to be over here. I'm going to do this. This is how it's going to sound. And it's really empowering to be in that space, where you care, but you don't at the same time. It's also really freeing because it doesn't hold you down or make you second guess yourself or bring any type of guilt.
Yeah.
So it's just a really lovely place to be in. So I want my fans and people to know that they get to meet me at this point now. Of course, I carry the debut Jordin, Idol Jordin with me. I carry Battlefield Jordin with me. I carry Right Here, Right Now with me. Broadway Jordin, all those versions of me are still a part of me, but I take bits and pieces of those. They're not me now. They're not who I am now. And I feel like I've really stepped into my power as a woman,
Mm-hmm.
as a wife, a mother, a friend, an artist, a songwriter. I really feel like I've stepped as just a human. Like I'm just in this space where I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, I know what I'm doing. I know my purpose. I'm lucky that my passion and my purpose are the same
Aligned.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know what I'm doing. I know I'm supposed to be using my voice to bring joy to people and to heal and to make people feel things, you know, to reminisce on, you know, those memories that they really love. Or
Sure.
this was mine and my grandma's favorite song, or my first kiss, or this got me through middle school, you know,
Yeah.
those types of things. Like I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So that's also another place. You're going to see like the most confident Jordin you've ever seen, I think.
I love that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Because that's a big moment to feel like stepping into your power
Yes.
and then owning your power and then sharing that with the world
Yeah.
type of power.
Yes.
What do you think has been the most, I guess, the moment where you felt like, okay, I'm at the point where I don't need the validation from other people. I don't need the criticism. I'm just going to listen to my own intuition and
Yeah.
really own that
Yeah.
to get there. And so I think sometimes being still helps. So COVID probably helped that too.
It definitely did. I think there were a few different things that led up to it. Like I said, I grew up in the public eye, so everybody saw all the craziness with my relationships in the public
Sure.
eye. And I feel like there was just like a big peak moment where I said, okay, I need to step back and reevaluate all of this.
Sure.
Like I need to just cut what is not supposed to be here, what's not serving me, what's not meant for me.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of was the catalyst to starting that journey, because there was a lot that I had to go through. I went to therapy. I started like really looking on the inside onto like not just the things that I already know about myself, like I'm bubbly and I'm fun and I'm kind and I'm all these things, but the sides that you try and hide.
Yeah, when the cameras are off,
The
like
shadow
that
side,
Jordin.
you
Yeah,
know,
come on, shadow work. Come on, shadow work. Listen.
Those sides of me that I was just like, you know what, that's also me too. I need to embrace those things too.
Sure.
And I think bringing those together really
Yeah.
helped as well, because I'm in my body and within myself. I'm like, oh, okay, and now I know how I'm going to react to something. I see patterns very well. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I know how I felt when this happened. So if this happens, then I just got to prepare myself and X, Y, Z. You know, all those
Sure.
different things. That was also a catalyst. My moo, that's hilarious. My boo, my man, my husband over here, he really helped love me back to life, to be honest, because after going through so much and I guess I was told sometimes, but also just feeling like you're like this.
Yeah.
Like you're under somebody's thumb. Like mentally you start going, oh, nobody's going to care.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to like this. And I was in that space where I would go to the studio and I would weep because I just didn't feel connected to it anymore. And I just was like, it doesn't matter that I'm doing this. And nobody's going to, you know, just all of those things. And as artists, we kind of torture ourselves in that way. We're our own worst critic anyway.
Sure.
And being able to have the support and be reminded about who I was, you know, because you forget sometimes. Sometimes
Yeah.
we forget who we are, and to be reminded in that way, like, no, you can do this. Like, what are you doing? You need to be singing. We need you,
Yeah.
you know? And then I realized, well, oh yeah, there's nobody like me.
Sure.
You know, we're all so unique. Like there's nobody like me, and there's nobody that can do what I do, just like I can't do what they do.
Sure.
And building that back up really helped. And again, with the lockdowns and having all that time, I was really able to figure out what I wanted to say and the intention behind it. The intention of my music is really powerful. I want to heal people. I want people to feel things. I want them to feel joy. I want them to see that there's a different way, you know, of being, a different way of presenting yourself, a different way of, you know, and there's room for all of us. So I think there's all those different things that led to this point, but doing the work on myself was really, really what happened. And when you start doing the work on yourself, though, there are some really turbulent moments that happen.
It's hard, but the reward is so much greater for
Exactly.
doing the work. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
Of course,
Because you
no
have
problem.
to do the work in order to get the bigger blessing, or just to really evolve into the person you're destined and called to be.
Yeah, and
so
it's about taking action too. Like you can read the books.
Yeah.
You can go to therapy.
You can.
You can see all the speakers, but if you don't actually apply
Sure.
and activate that within yourself, you're just still going to stay in the same spot wondering like, why isn't it working for me?
Sure.
You know? So
yeah.
and also just having people around you that really support that, because sometimes people don't want you to change because they like like who you are.
It's
now.
calculated. They know what moves you're going to make.
Or it's easy for them to be able to be in your life in that way. And
correct.
When you start changing, sometimes the light that comes out interrupts their demons, and they're like,
hello.
They're like, no.
Preaching today.
So making sure those people around you really, really have not only your best interest, but just love you.
Yeah.
For real. Like, love you for you, not for what you can bring to them, what you can do for them, not for the people that they can meet through you, all those things, but just for who you are when you are like sitting there weeping and you need a hand.
Facts. Jordin, are you going to write like or create an audiobook? Because I would listen to this.
I would love to do that. Yes, from your lips to God's ears.
Okay, because I would listen to this.
Thank
I'm like,
you.
yeah,
thank you.
Jordin's right.
Oh, I got to put my voice on. Okay, you guys, listen. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I would love to do that. I mean, I think one thing that has been a through line for me throughout my career is my fans they're just the most amazing and loving, diverse group of people that I know. And for me, they give me exactly what I give them.
Sure.
So when they come and they're just like, I just love you so much, and I like, or crying, like, it happens to me too. Their reactions to me, like, it's overwhelming, but in the best way. And so to be able to have that and know that I'm on this journey with them. Like, and because I was so young on Idol, I've grown so much. They've grown with me.
Sure.
A lot of my fans were my same age.
Yeah,
and so
this is true.
We're all growing and learning and we're all just trying to make it.
Yeah.
We're all just trying to survive. So it's just been really, really fun. I'm grateful. I'm really, really grateful.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for your time today. And I do want to make sure to highlight some new projects and everything you're working on.
Yes.
I just saw your partnership with Goodwill, which is amazing. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Got to give some stuff a second life. And also I'm really appreciative to be with an organization and to work with an organization that actually walks the talk.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Sure.
Like, they say they're going to do something and then they do it. They have this amazing program. I think it's called the New Lives program, but basically they have this program where if you need assistance in finding a job, or you've had you maybe have a record or something like that, they will help you figure out how you can get your employment. And I mean, I just think that's so amazing, because sometimes just that little tick on your paper can keep you from so many things.
Very true.
It's amazing that they believe in these people to the point where it's like, well, that's not you now. So
right.
You got to give people a second chance, and also being able to donate the things that you don't want, give those things a second life. So yeah, it's been fun to be able to work with them.
How important is it to you to have second chances?
Man, I mean, every day is a second chance, isn't it?
This is true.
Right? Every day we wake up as a new chance, as a clean slate, and we are always able to change. We can always change at any moment. I feel like sometimes the mental is what gets us stuck more than anything else. Like, if you can move past that, you can always change. Yeah. You can always change your vision. You can change where you want to be. You can change where you want to go. You can leave that relationship.
Yeah.
You can say, I don't want to do this as my major. It's the fear that keeps us from changing. So I love the fact that we're able to do those things, but second chances are always a good thing. Now, there is the caveat that, like, okay, the first time is a mistake, the second time is a choice.
Yeah. Yes.
So you get that second chance. It depends on the person if you get 3, 4, 5, or 6.
Right.
But a second chance is always, you can always give somebody a second chance.
Okay. Well, we got that. We got the new album. What is it called?
The new album is called No Restrictions.
No Restrictions, which goes back to being fearless. Exactly. Which goes back to second chances and everything. Yeah. And are we going to see any more musicals, any shows, any movies?
I was going to do Broadway this year, but then I was like, I really want to put out this album, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it. So hopefully that'll come back around. I love doing Broadway and musical theater. It's like definitely where my heart is there. But I do have a new show coming out that I'm the host of. It's called Roller Jam.
Okay, you know what's crazy? I was going to ask you, would you ever want to host a show?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm already doing it, girl. You got to watch it. It premieres October 10th on Max. And it is a inline skating show, like the roller rinks. They come in and they compete, and they're competing for $150,000. And these teams, crews. I don't know. I guess they're all called something different, but they are so incredible and so talented. It was so much fun to be able to watch that because I'm naturally clumsy. So seeing them do all this amazing stuff, but also on skates was fascinating for me. So it was really fun. I got to host it. It was a blast. I had the best time. I already can't wait till season 2. I'm like, let's do season 2. Let's go.
Yeah, I love that.
I think people are really going to enjoy it. It's a good show that everybody can watch. So.
Is it going to be like America's Best Dance Crew on skates?
Maybe. I guess that's a good way of like.
Okay.
That's a good way of looking at it. But I mean, they are skating. Like,
okay.
They are skating. They don't ever take their skates off to like do a dance thing. They are doing it on the skates, and the set is incredible too. It's a full on just roller rink, and
That's amazing. That's crazy. I really was going to ask you that. And I was also going to ask you, before you got married, would you ever be on a dating show? You know how we see in Love Island and everything? Would you ever?
It's funny because I love Love Island. I'm obsessed with it. He knows. Look at he's shaking his head. But no. But then he's like, wait. Then he comes back a week later and he's like, well, I thought they were with us. Oh.
So you into it?
She watches it every day.
There's like 60 episodes.
It is. It was an episode a day. Like, come on.
But no, so I love that. I think for me, I think I would love to, but it would have to be something that is like completely tailored to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to kiss random people. Like the Bachelorette, I'm like, how do you even do this? Like, I couldn't.
It's a lot.
Like, no. But I think the thought of being somewhere and exploring like learning different people, because I love like learning people's whys and like why somebody is like that, like the psychology of stuff like that. So I think that would be interesting. But I think if it got into the romantic side, I'd be like, no. But I get the ick really quick. So
same.
Man, no. But I'm glad I don't have to do that.
Right,
I'm good.
you don't have to do that.
I have found my boo. I'm good. I'm solid.
I love that. But we will see you on Roller Jam. So that's exciting.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Then this means you have to come back to share once this premieres.
Yeah.
To share with us what's coming up, what we should be looking forward to.
Yes.
And then will you ever put on skates?
You know what's funny? I wanted to while I was there, but I did not have a pair. But all the crews
Then
were
you
like,
have to get her skates. What are you doing?
all the crews offered. They were like, if you're ever in our city, we'll give you lessons and we'll take you. And I said, okay, I would love to do that. So I would love to, and I also want DJ to be able to try that. I think he skated once. I think your mom brought him to a little roller rink and he loved it. So
I love
definitely want to
that.
get back. It's one of those things that you do when you're younger and then somehow you just don't do it anymore. It's not like a conscious thing. So I would love to get back out there. Don't know if I'm going to stay on my feet or not, but that remains to be seen. But I would love to do it. Yeah.
Okay, my Jersey girl by the way of Arizona.
Yes.
Jordan, this has been amazing. I feel like I could talk to you all day, but I know we gotta go. We really could do this. We really could.
I'll be back.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Looking forward to your new album.
Thank you.
Remember is out right now, and remembering all the new times you're about to make.
Yes.
Skating.
Yes.
You're gonna get a pair of skates.
Gonna skate.
Okay.
I got Christmas gifts for you guys coming up too.
Oh my gosh, are you doing more holiday?
More holiday? Always. You know I love that time of year. So that's coming up too. So maybe we'll come back around during the holidays.
I love that. Then you gotta hit the roller like rinks around here because it's a big skating community here.
Ice skating is a whole other thing. I don't know if I can do that. Lord, it scares me too much.
I think if you could do like roller skates, you can try that. You gotta
be
do
on the side.
one or
I'll
the
be on
other
the side.
first.
You'll see me on the side walking myself around.
And that's okay. You know what? You tried.
Yeah, I tried.
We tried.
Yep.
Okay, more with Jordin Sparks. Thank you so much for your time. This truly was
Thank you.
A great conversation.
It was. It was
really
really
was.
fun. I appreciate your time too.
Thank you.